Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. Got a chance to run my SCX10 III just at the local park, doing a little crawling with a couple buddies. So just want to share my thoughts on my first run out. Some interesting things happened. So here it is, SCX10 III RTR version. I got it in the gray, which is actually not a particularly attractive color. I would recommend probably going with orange. This one's kind of plain looking, but anyways, yeah, it's fun driving this thing out for the first time, and drove a little differently than I expected. So let's kind of get into it. First off, the body, super nice scale looking body. Cowboy hat dude in the middle, as you can see. Jeep Wrangler, Jeep Rubicon version, JLU. A lot of nice little details like little radiator fans and stuff. Yeah, nice smooth body, no body clips on top. They're just kind of underneath the fenders there. So this truck, I got a chance to run half the time on this guy, and then I also spent half a battery pack running my TRX4, just kind of get a feel for the different vehicles and kind of how they compared. So I was quite impressed with this truck overall. I was running the little sort of mini battery over here on the side. I think that's a really nice, well-balanced position. The TRX4 has the battery up front, like kind of way up high. And this seemed a little better balanced overall. The tires also were pretty good for completely stock tires, you know, reasonably soft, decent grip. Got a chance to run the dig function as well. That was interesting. Not sure I would recommend normally using that, but definitely is something unique to the Axial line. Also got a chance to run with this little Spectrum ESC combo receiver. I did have a problem, which is that my servo went out. So this little Spectrum, what is this? The 614, what is it? The 614, yeah, S614 servo went out on me. Just stopped working completely. There's no servo saver or anything, but I did not do anything weird like you know, jam my tire up against a rock or something like that. I did set the endpoints or the dual rate on my radio before running, so it just went out on me for no particular reason. So I'm working with Horizon to try to get a replacement, but yeah, that was pretty much a big bummer. Kind of surprised that the servo went out on the very first battery pack. But this truck runs really nice overall. The motor is nice and torquey, pretty low gearing. It's definitely designed more as a crawler than like a high-speed type vehicle. Running this back-to-back with the TRX4, you do notice actually the TRX4 out of the box, tires are not as good. The weight distribution is a little bit more top heavy, even though my TRX4, I've got like a really lightweight body, and this Jeep body is actually quite a bit heavier. I did notice that this drives a little bit lower to the ground, a little bit lower center of gravity, and with the sticky tires actually drove a little bit better on the rocks. So it's not like a super hardcore course or anything like that, but was pretty interesting to see that they were different. Other nice little scale details, of course, you got the motor cover, the little transmission here. Just a really cool looking vehicle overall. We also ran it with a Gen 8 over there at the park. I was there with Racing to Learn, so he's got his Red Cat Racing Gen 8 Axe Edition. I've driven the Gen 8 before, and you know, it's an okay crawler. That definitely, by the book, by the specs, they look very similar. You know, the 4-link solid rear axles or solid axles all together. The layouts and stuff are very similar. This has got the flat bottom just like the new Axe does. Portal axles come included in all four. Aluminum shocks come on all four, so they look very similar, very comparable out of the box. But yeah, this does drive a little differently. There was also an SCX10 original out there that we were driving with, but some nice changes you don't see kind of off the bat. But it's got the offset pumpkin, so I found that this actually you know, did not get high standard quite as much as some of the other vehicles. Definitely could get over the terrain, and with those grippy tires, you know, it could sort of pull itself through the terrain a little bit better. The wheelbase or the track width of this thing seems, you know, kind of on the wider side. I don't know if it's the tires or the offset of the hubs or what, but this thing definitely feels bigger, wider, taller, and you know, just seems like it can kind of go over that bigger terrain a little bit more easily. So anyways, that's it. First quick run on my Axial Racing SCX10 III. Did break on the first run, kind of bummed about that. We'll have to get the replacement servo hopefully. I also ordered the 35 kilogram Zosuke servo, so I'll get a chance to run that waterproof version. It's like 35 bucks or so on Amazon, so we'll see if that actually works. I'm gonna have to put that in. I will have to get another servo horn because the Spectrum radios do come with like the 23 tooth servo horns, and this is kind of a pain to try to figure out what was wrong because I wasn't sure if it was the radio, the receiver, the ESC even. Like my other little servo here was acting kind of weird, so I thought maybe it was the receiver or the ESC combo box. So trying to figure out what was actually wrong was a little bit of work, but I did actually hook up my DX5C. I also tried a different servo and that worked better. The DX5C, you know, worked totally fine as well. So it was not the radio, you know, it was, what it was doing was basically just like turning straight right and then not coming back at all. So that could be any number of things, including the servo, receiver, ESC. And the way it was acting is really weird because I hadn't done anything weird to that servo. It just completely gave out on me, so I was just kind of shocked at that overall. So yeah, anyways, that's it. First run on the SCX10 III. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications button. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.
Now we're through. We'll follow you, Ray. That's cool. Come on, baby. That articulation is...
Trying not to... Alright, this is the hard part. Yeah, you just gotta launch it.
How much bigger the SCX10 III is. It is, huh? Yeah.
I mean, it looks way heavier though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the body of course, but even just the chassis and you know, all the stuff. Oh, is it? I'm trying to figure out how you got that tire on the ledge.
Right there, exactly.
Hanging.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You got it. Nice.
All right.
Your line would be better.
Woo. Getting the fender rub there in the back.
So here's the next step. Do the whole thing without a reverse pack.
Try to reverse and do it. I don't know if I can do that.
Do that.
Yeah, it actually drives pretty well out of the box. The tires are actually pretty decent. Just stock tires.
Yeah. It's doing rather well.